Welcome back. We are going to see here some of the registers, that is some register PC and CIR, AC, MAR, MDR. Now what do you mean by PC? Program counter. We are going to see program counter. What do you mean by program counter? Which holds the address of the next instruction. Before that, yeah. PC, program counter, contains the address of the next instruction which is going to be executed. Let's take example. If you are in a queue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the counter. Now if one goes here, one is in a process. This is called PC. PC, program counter, contain the address. Sorry. This is called PC. Now 1 is executing, 2 is program counter, which holds the address of the next instruction to be executed. Now if 2 is executing, which holds the address of the 3 which is going to execute. This is program counter. Current instruction, if 1 is executing, this is called CIR. It holds the current instruction which is going to execute it. Address of this one. If 2 is executing, which holds 2. If 3 is executing, it holds the address of CIR. Now AC accumulator, which is used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, all this process. As we move on in this unit 3, unit 4, we will see some example on this one. Then memory address register holds the location of data that is need to be accessed. It holds the memory location. If MAR, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. MAR holds this one. Address. Location. That is what MAR is, location at 1, MAR at location as 2, holds the data being transferred. Now if it is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is held by MDR. This is the data which you are going to transfer it. So PC is nothing but which holds the address of the next instruction to be executed. ICR, which are in a process to be executed. MAR is the address or location which is going to be which are there. MDR, what you are going to transfer it. These are the points. And AC, whatever the accumulator, like 5 plus 6. AC is used. 5 comes here, 6 comes here, 5 plus 6, 11. All the accumulator process, 11, and it is moved to some other location. It is used for this purposes. Now, next slide please. Now we have got the other part is memory unit. Memory unit contains RAM. What do you mean by RAM? What is RAM? And sometimes referred as primary memory. We call it as a primary memory. And then hard disk is nothing but your secondary memory. We are not bothered about this one, we are more bothered about this one. This is RAM. This is your CPU. If you see, this is your hard disk. Whenever this has, it will take whatever it is there, which is already there. It will take time. RAM, sometimes referred as primary memory. Unlike hard disk, its memory is fast and directly accessible by CPU. It is directly accessed by CPU. If there is nothing, then this RAM goes to secondary memory to access that data. This takes time. Whereas here, you are coming directly here, you are accessing your data and you are moving. This is RAM, primary memory. This is secondary memory. We are not bothered about secondary memory. RAM is nothing but your primary memory. Next slide, please. Then we have got programming methodologies. We are designed influence of language design, we discuss about computer. Then we are going to discuss about programming methodologies. In 1950s to 1960, it was all about machine languages or machine efficiency, how the machine is going to work, how fast the machine is going to work, what are the data we are going to put given to machine, what are the calculation the machine is going to give, based on that one it's going to give us. In 1960, people came into existence. Important of reliability, better control structures and programming, top down design came into existence step by step. What do you mean by top down step? What do you mean by top down design? For an example, let's take an example. Include program. std.h. I'll write a program. Main int I count equal to 0. Okay. Printf, enter the value. Scanf, %d, %i. For I equal to 0, I less than or equal to, I'll take one more, int I n, I less than n. What is the value of n? Or we can take it as, we can give it as n. N, I less than n, I plus plus or n plus plus. Count is equal to count plus 1. Printf the count value, count. What is this one? We have written a program to calculate the value. If I take n is equal to 5, 1 is less than 5, I plus plus, this should be 5, I plus plus. Or I can give it as count plus I. Okay. Or count plus I plus plus. So it goes on till I 5, till. So it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. It is the value of what we are going to get the value, all those things. This is an example. Include std.h, main, int, count. We have just designed a program like this. We are going from top. What is the include value? What is this and everything? This is top down approach. We are going from top. We are going from top. Let's take example, main, include I and enter the value of %d, %n. For I is equal to 0, I less than 5, pass. 0 less than 5, yes. Control comes up, control out, count plus 1. I 0 plus 1, fine. Control I becomes 1, 1 less than 5, yes. Count comes up, count plus 2. So all this goes in a row. We are coming down from the program. This all comes out. We are writing a program from right. Or for an example, if you take a question paper, you are going to start from question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4. You are starting from top. You are not going from bottom. So top down approach. We use from top down approach. This is an example which I have given. You can go from top approach. So you have got a statement. You have written a directory and everything. So in the same way, you are writing 2 marks question, then you go to 5 marks question, everything. Sometimes what happens in an examination, you write 5 marks question first and 2 marks question 2. That is different things. But here we are going to go for top down approach. Next slide please. Now 1970, process oriented or data oriented data abstraction came into existence. What do you mean by data abstraction? We are going to see it later on. Middle 19, object oriented programming came into it. That is C++ and other things came into existing. Java and all those came into existence. Next slide please. This is something other language categories. We are going to see the other part of language categories. So we have seen this part. Now let's move on. And whatever the example I'm going or writing on the board, please Note down, that is more important here. When you write an answer for it, you can able to explain with the help of an example. That is what here. Language category. Language categories are divided into 4 parts: system language, logical language, architecture language, and application language. These are the 4 categories which have been divided. We are going to see all 4. Language, system language, please. Next slide, please. System language. This is built on operating system. This is built on operating system. Hardware driver. This language speed is very important here. Speed is very important. Like C, C++. You just, if you have a Windows 10 or something like that, you take C compiler and you install it. It's been installed on the operating system. Correct? If you take any assembly language or Java, you just install it on that one. This is what Java we'll see later on, but this is system language. Any compiler design or something like that where you are using operating system, you're just installing and you're using on that purpose. This is called system language. This is not working. Next slide. Logic based, rule based, which is there in your Unit 5 prologue where you use rule based. So what are the rules and how you are going to design on the rules and how it is used, why we are using this rule, we are going to see there. The next slide, please. Architectural language. It is used to build the framework to support application building. Means it is used to support application building, to provide higher level of abstraction. These are called, which are like encapsulation, inheritance and everything. I think so you have seen with data structures which Afzal Sahab is taking. He already explained you about encapsulation, inheritance and everything. Software means writing a program very quicker and everything, which is used in encapsulation and everything. These languages are Java and C#. This is architectural language. Other thing is operating system where you use C and C++. Then prologue is using other part, logical. Next slide, please. Application language. This is used to build the actual business, like web shopping, cards and everything. Actual business you are using. These are the language used. PHP, it stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. Ruby is most used for building web applications. Perl, you are reading reports. And then we are using Python, which you already know. These are the things we are going to see in application language. Application language. Next slide. I think so I've got only 2 slides. Now, if you see this diagram, we are going to see how it is there. Fortran was developed in 1957 and updated in 57, then updated in 62, updated in 77, updated in 90. And from Fortran we got Alog 58, Alog 60, then it will be called PL, other things. Then from here we have already got this language. From this we have got Pascal and then modular 2 observation, then ADA 83 and then ADA 95. From this Alog we have already got C. From here we got C, CPL, then C comes into example. Flow matrix, COBOL, PL. This is other one more language which comes up. Libs, common libs, which already there. So now we have got that one. These are the ANSYS C. If you see here, C, then it goes to C. C, C++, Java. It is coming. This is what a diagram which is there, how the language are being defined or derived from different languages. Next slide, please. And this is the slide which you are going to see. What is this? Machine language was the first, then we came assembly language, then we call procedural language, then we have got object oriented, then we have got functional. So you can see how we are moving on this one, how we are going to go to the slides. We'll stop here. The next topic will continue in our next class.